Push the button. An error occurred. Wait a minute and
Okay.
try
Now
again.
it says it's live. It just said it's
Great.
live on the end.
We're live. Hi, everybody. Okay, so you should know we pushed the button and we're like waving, waving, waving. Hello, future bestsellers. And then StreamYard's like, no. So, and then the horror geeks yelling in from the other room, you are not live. And then I pushed the button again, and apparently we were. That's why it's insane this morning. I do apologize. So, hello, everybody. Very happy to see
We
you
are.
again. Yeah. So we were just chatting backstage about Hurricane Milton, and we are and I am here today to escape Hurricane Milton. But thank you very much, all of you, for your love and support, and we're all okay. So this is kind of funny. Horror Geek says I want a director's credit for you got it. Mary's here. Hello, Mary. Hello. We are super, super glad to see you today. Daisy's here. Hello. Christy's here. Hello. We are super happy to see you. So I have to say, like, I just feel like things have been glitching. I didn't even think about this until just now. I feel like things have been sort of glitchy for me today. Like, it's just been like a series of kind of weird stuff. And it was like enough where I was like, oh God, I should just cancel the live stream, because I just was like, it's not going well. And I literally stepped in the little Odie had a little upset tummy, and I accidentally stepped in that, and that was kind of disgusting. And then then the weird StreamYard thing. And then Robert had a little adventure this morning, but you were the one who told me there's a full moon. And I
Yes.
suspect this must be the root of all of our problems. Mary is coming live from Vegas. Wait,
Oh,
Mary, are you
nice.
at 50 or 20 books? Is that this week? Let us know. They go to Vegas a lot, but let us know if you're having fun and what you're doing. That was crazy. Stacy's here. Hello. We are super glad to see you. All right. So, weirdly enough, I have no idea if Michelle is coming, because I sent her a message this morning, and but I have not heard back from her. But she had messaged me yesterday, apparently, which I missed. So sorry about that. Let me just try and pull this out. Yeah. So anyway, so what are you going to be working on today, you guys? Let us know in the chat what you're going to be working on today. Mary says, nope, it's day job thing. Daisy is in Vegas too, but lives there. Daisy, this does not surprise me at all. Of course, you are in Vegas because you are awesome. Uh, I love this. Miss Texas G, good morning. We are super, super glad to see you. Aw, thank you so much. We are super glad. Hey, because we have not talked. I have you on my calendar today, so check off if we're gonna talk or not. Just let me know either way. I'm fine with it. We can switch later. Okay, so what are you going to be working on today? Not Horror Geek. Horror Geek, what will you be working on today? I expect some pages out of you. But Story Detective, what will you be working on today? I can't hear you. Is it just me? Hold on. We could hear you before. No, hold on. I'm going to see if it's me. I'm going to take my headphones out. Well, actually, I'll just test them real quick. Sorry. Will you guys let us know in the chat if you can hear him or not? I can hear the test. Okay, nobody can hear you. All right. Okay, so I am going to be working on first returning some client emails, because I feel like I'm a little bit behind, and so, there I go. I think he's going to just pop back in. So I'm going to be working on returning some client emails this morning, because, like I said, I'm a little bit behind just from the hurricane backup. And then I'm going to be writing on a client project, ghostwriting project, which is Small Town Romance. So I'm super, super excited about that. What are you guys working on? Let us know in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and pull up our 5-minute beach timer. Oop, that was loud. Hold on. All right, let's share that. There's Robert. He's back. There you go. Hey, Robert.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can. That is awesome. So, what are you going to be working on today?
I have a sample edit to work on for a potential client.
Oh, fantastic. So, that is marvelous. Very nice. So I think that we forgot to do our intros
Yeah, we did.
in all the craziness. So since we are amongst friends who know us and we're already 8 minutes into the show, let's just go ahead and do like the super speedy version, and then we'll do a little longer outro when we leave today. So tell us a little about you.
Well, my channel is The Story Detective, where I take various forms of storytelling and put it under a Sherlockian microscope and break down the craft to make the viewer's journey easier. Lots of videos there, useful stuff, hopefully. Check it out.
Very useful stuff. Very useful stuff. Thank you very much, Robert, for being here. Again, we're not sure. With Michelle, we're never quite sure if she's, because she's traveling in the van. So we're never quite sure if she's got Wi-Fi or not. So I'm Lisa Daly. I write romance and writing self-help. And if you want to write a book you're super proud of and get it published, you should definitely check out this channel. All right, let's get to writing today. I want to know what you guys are working on. Let us know in the chat. And we're going to start off with our very first 5-minute warm-up sprint. Here we go. I will say, somebody had asked me the other day, like, what the hard part of the hurricane is. And like part of it is like how isolating it is, how quiet it gets with no power or internet. Like you
Mhm.
don't even like realize how much that noise, that sort of quiet hum of electronics is so pervasive in your life until it's gone. So
Yeah, I've been there, not for a hurricane, but from some other storms.
Yeah, I mean, I know we all get it. That was the first thing, like the very first like major hurricane that I went through, like where it really did a lot of damage. Like going to bed that first night, we didn't have a generator or anything like that. And you go to sleep and it was so quiet because you don't hear the air
Mhm.
conditioners that are constantly running 24 hours a day. Like it was creepy. It was almost creepy because you're so used to hearing that sound every day, all day throughout your life. So it's kind of insane. All right, let's get started with our first 5-minute warm-up sprint. While we are doing that, be sure to get your document out or your project out, get your nice big vat of caffeine and your blueberry muffin or whatever it is you're having for breakfast today or lunch or wherever you are. And let's get rolling. So here we go, starting our warm-up sprint in 3.
All right.
All right. All right. Let me get rid of that. Okay. So, and the banner. Hold on. I'm a little
Mhm.
slow on the uptake today. So, I don't, because I really was not on one of the things when we lost internet, like I could like text with my family on my phone, but like things like pictures on Twitter wouldn't load because we just have kind of terrible cell phone service out here. We're like one bar everywhere in the house without internet. And so I just literally thought I just literally lost my train of thought. Oh, so one of the things that I normally do is like I'll comb social media to get the questions that folks have asked us, and sometimes they send via email and all that. And I did not do that this week, so I apologize. However, I do have one question, and it's good. I've got a quick answer for it, but I was really interested in what Robert had to say because he does a lot of editing. And so here's what it is. The question was, I can't afford both a copy edit and a line edit. I'm thinking about having my neighbor who is an English teacher do the copy edit and then I'm sorry, that was a typo on my part. Paying for a professional line edit. So the copy edit or developmental edit is more complex. It's more related to themes and consistency throughout and all sort of the
Mhm.
big picture of the book, whereas a copy edit or a line edit is your, punctuation, grammar, spelling, etc.,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So if it's me and I can only afford to pay for one edit, I'm paying for the copy edit, or not the copy edit. I'm paying for the developmental / copy edit, the big edit, and letting
Mhm.
my English teacher neighbor correct the punctuation
Yes.
because, right? You
Because
tell why.
An English teacher will be better at grammar, but unless they actually either work in the industry or know somebody there, there's going to be a ton of stuff about constructing a novel that the average English teacher is not going to be aware of. So they're not going to be able to advise you on how to construct a story in a way that's going to be appealing to a wide audience.
Right. They could be if they're a big reader, especially in your genre, they could be an extraordinarily useful
Mhm.
beta reader, but not but yeah, if you only have money for one, do the developmental copy edit versus / copy edit before you like pay for that and get your English teacher friend to do the line edit for free. I hope that helps. I totally agree. I totally agree with you. And I was like, I should just let Robert say this first because I think you do at least you probably do as much, if not more, editing than I do. And so, but that's where I like for my book, that's what I would do. And that's what I would advise everybody else to do. So, all right, tell us what you're working on, everybody. Stacy's going to be working on a fanfic. Whoo, love that. Can you share? We kind of like to know, right? I'd like a little
Mhm.
fanfic. Like share a little detail. What are we talking about here? Christy published a second book in my mystery thriller series this week, and today I'm reading some pages that one of my critique partners is using to query. What? You know what that means? Published a book, your second book in your mystery thriller series. Yay! We're so proud of you. That is super, super awesome. Very nice. Great job. That's fantastic. Congratulations. Drop the title in the chat so we can all give you a little love. Cool Gamers here. Hello. Super glad to see you today. Eva's here today.
Eva.
Hello. Very nice. Stacy got ready to write in there. Tried getting ready to write in our 5 minute. I saw that train of thought float away. I'm like, I don't know. I can't remember now. I can't remember now. This is how bad it is. We just had like a stressful couple of weeks. One hurricane, the second hurricane. And I was telling Robert, like, I really tried to take care of myself over the weekend. And like, because it's just been a lot. And yesterday I was doing okay, but today I was like really feeling terrible. So but the other thing is that you guys, like, we're here every Wednesday, and this is like an awesome little thing every week that I look forward to. And it's like normalness and happiness. And so thank you all for making everything like, yep, it's just a normal Wednesday. So I do
Yes.
appreciate that.
These streams do help sometimes.
Yes, they do. Eva, I see line as word choice and flow, proofreading being the English teacher's job. I totally agree with that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because just story structure, even if you understand it intellectually, as most English teachers do, even if you sort of understand it intellectually, that does not necessarily mean that you have the ability to spot it and fix it in action.
Mm-hmm.
Eva says beta readers may help with larger developmental edits. Yep, absolutely. Yes. We are super, super proud of you. Miss Texas Cheese still editing a romance I wrote. Hopefully we'll be down by the end of November. Good Lord, guys, I can't read either today. For the first time since my kiddo has started school, I overslept. What? That's awesome. I saw that clock at 5:37, but the phone died before the 5:50 alarm, so he's got a bonus day home from school today. You know what? I would just take that as the magical little gift that it is. Make it fun, have a good time. Like, just really embrace playing hooky today. So I love that. That is absolutely, it's it's me, honey. It's not you. It's really definitely me. It's really definitely me. So, all right. I'm so glad to hear what you guys are all working on today. I think I said already what I was working on. I'm working on a client book, and I'm also going to be doing some just getting back to folks. So, all right, let's get started with our first 20-minute sprint. That sounds like a good plan. If you guys have questions, let's think about this before we go. The title is 4-bar progression. My pen name is Swinton Wolf. Love it. Love it. That is absolutely fantastic. Good job. All right, I'm going to try and go find it, and we'll drop a link. I don't think you're a wrench, so I'll try and find it and drop a link for later. So, all right, everybody, let's go ahead and do our first 20-minute sprint. I am ready to roll today. All right, we're going to get started in 3, 2, 1. You've got this. All right. Sorry about that, you guys. So it's just funny. Sometimes I like get so into the project that I'm working on that I cannot like when I come back, I can't like find the right window.
Yeah, that was actually
Yeah.
pretty involved too.
Yeah, very nice. Maz is here. Very nice to see you. Still working on outlining plot. How did you guys do in that last chat? In the last chat, good Lord, protect me today. How did you guys do in the last sprint?
I did well. Working on this is interesting. I think that one thing I want to emphasize, and maybe that goes for nobody here, but the thing that you see a lot of editors online talking about, and they'll talk about things like, how to use a comma or the difference between a noun and a verb. But there's one important thing that they must be seeing constantly, because I'm seeing it constantly, and that's formatting. Nobody puts it in the correct format. Nobody looks these things up anymore. So you'll get like, okay, send me 10 pages. And then by the time you put it in the correct format, it's 22 pages. And it's
Right,
like,
because they're not double spacing. What is with
exactly.
that? Let me say this. We need a PSA sidebar right now for this.
Yeah.
If you are submitting your manuscript to an editor, to an agent, make sure it's in the proper format. And one of the reasons that you put your manuscript in a double spaced format is that it is incredibly challenging for editors to like it's tiring on your eyes to be reading a book not for enjoyment but looking for every error, and you really just mentally need that white space. And
Mhm.
yeah, it's funny because I do have like some coaching clients who write that way. And when I'm like looking, when I go later, like we work together all the way through the process, and I don't mess with their like I always have access to their live manuscript while we're doing that. But when I go through and do like my final pass on the book, I always make the document double space, not for like not theirs. I make a copy just so I can like really read it critically. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It used to be that
Yes.
that was the main criteria up front. The big first hurdle to get past when you're submitting to an agent or a publisher
Right.
was getting that format correct. But with self-publishing, it's become more laxed. But if you're laxed and you actually are looking for an agent and you send him like 10 requested pages and it turns out to be 22 or 3, that's going to be the first thing they're going to look at. And
Yeah.
they will, you could be the 50th person that week that sent it in the wrong format, or maybe put their title page in a bold fancy font and they'll be just like, forget it, and you're done. Because they see hundreds if not thousands of these things. And while it might not seem fair, you have to understand that it's like they're looking at you as following simple instructions. And if you can't do that, they're going to assume that the rest of your manuscript is a gigantic mess and not even bother.
I think there's a lot of truth to that. I will say that most of the authors that I work with that write in single space, who are not brand new authors, are authors who have been around for a long, like who are independently published
Mhm.
authors. And I think part of the reason why they single space is that it's easier for the formatters, because if it's just all there, then they send it to the formatters or they use
Mhm.
Atticus or Vellum or whatever.
Okay,
And
so maybe
then,
there's a reason there.
yeah, yeah. But if you're sending it out to an editor, to a developmental editor, to a copy editor, to whatever, dear God, please give them a double space or a double space version. So
It is much harder to get through.
yeah, it definitely is. I have that problem myself. Okay, so if anybody has stuff that they want to talk about today, definitely drop it in the chat. Maz is here today. Hello. We are super glad to see you. If not, let's go ahead and do another writing sprint. I feel like I have not been super productive just because of, everything happening. And I feel like I'm kind of on a roll today.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's do some more writing. Here we go. Dun, dun, dun. I'm finding it harder and harder to like stay focused, and this is not what I want. I gotta really like get in. So I'm glad we're doing this today. All right, everybody, here we go. Let's wait. Did I even put the thing up? Yes, I did. Okay, good. Sorry, I'm a dork today. All right, everybody, here we go. We are gonna get those words correct, make that magic happen. Starting in three. Starting in three. One. What's a girl to do? I'm always losing. I'm always losing the screen. How sad is that? So, how'd you do on that last sprint, everybody? Robert, how'd you do?
I did pretty good. I'm moving along here, so
Excellent.
not bad.
That's good. I was once again lost in the busyness. So, yeah, so that's good. My emails are done though. So on our next sprint, I am going to be working on the writing part, which for some reason I've been sort of dreading today. I know that you guys have all experienced that. So what I want to talk about, since we don't really have another topic, unless somebody else in the chat today has something that you guys want to talk about. What did I just wrote? What did I just write about? Tips for writing under stress is what I just asked about when we were doing our little banner. So if anybody has tips for writing under stress, that is a good thing to talk about today. For me, I always try to like take care of myself, like do some, staying in bed and being lazy and doing things that are fun and eating. You should really do when you're under stress is eat food that's good for you and get some exercise and spend time with friends. And I do not always do that. Although I have walked for the last couple of days, which is something that I typically do every day. But then over the summer, you end up stopping because it's like 97 degrees at like 7 a.m. And so I always have to like take a break in the summer. But I always feel better. And I actually did a video several years ago about how walking in nature actually makes us more creative. There have been a number of studies about that. So that is one way. If you're feeling stressed out, walking is a good way to sort of like calm things down, but also it makes you more creative. So if you're ever stuck in a book problem, it's a good idea to go take a walk. And then I've been
taking a shower is good. Anything that gets you removed from that moment of stress. If you can pull yourself aside, even if it's just by making a cup of tea and sitting down for a few minutes and saying, okay, there's nothing else I can do about it today. I just need to go off into my little world here, aside from all that, and work on something creative and take care of myself.
Yeah. Well, I think it's so interesting that you mentioned that about taking a shower, because one of the things that taking a shower does is that it sort of explodes the number of like negative ions in the air around you from when the water hits the whatever the tile floor. So you get this like these negative ions, which have been linked to a better mood, which is probably why people in general, I think it's like 85% of people say that they feel better when they're around a body of water. And in particular, the ocean, if you think about like the waves crashing, the air around the ocean has more negative ions. I can't tell you exactly how it works. I think it has to do something with like the atoms crashing. I should ask one of my sciencey kids to come in and give us a talk on why that happens. But I'd researched it for a book a long time ago, and I always thought that was fascinating, but also super, super true with me.
Yeah. And, I always harken back when I think about that, not just for stress things, but even when you think about the masters like Stein, he used to say, I get my best ideas in the morning when I'm showering and shaving. I'm just busying myself and, ideas flow.
Yeah, that's absolutely, absolutely true. So when my kids were like super little, I was still an advertising creative, and I used to like be like feeding my son, and it's something like, right, you're doing it like for a really long time, and he was slow. And so I spent a lot of time just like staring off into space, and I had so many good ideas because I couldn't really go anywhere. My mind, and there's not, you just look at your sweet little baby, but your mind just sort of wanders, especially when they're really little. And yeah, I think shower for sure though. My kids got me a little notepad that's wet, like that can go in the shower, that like sticks to the wall, which I thought was really a sweet gift. Although I will say I hardly ever use that. I'll like wipe off my hand and then like talk to text into my phone. But I thought it was a very sweet gift. So anything else? What else do you do when you're feeling that like stress or or burnout. That's another thing we've talked about a little bit on the show, is like how to deal with it when you're feeling like you're in burnout.
Yeah, burnout, writer's block. I think it's all connected to, those same little things where life just gets busy. It gets too distracting. And, we are in there somewhere with our creative thoughts, but we need to figure a way to get past ourselves and step aside.
Yeah.
So doing something like that where you're subconsciously like driving, or as Stacy just said, she's going to do laundry, things like that. Laundry, washing dishes, anything that you don't have to think a great deal about can help get your mind churning on ideas and get back on track.
That is such a good. I do this on a regular basis, but you know what? I need to do a little Taylor Swift "Shake It Off" today. That's a great song to do it. I mean, aside from the fact that it's a total banger, that is such a great song to dance to, because like I think we talked about this on the show before, right? Just like literally the word "shake it off" is because if we shake our bodies like a dog does when it's wet, it sort of does like an autonomic system reset for us. And so it does, like, it's a stress reliever, which is kind of weird. I'd interviewed a neurologist a while back who had told me that. And then I heard another neurologist on a podcast saying the exact same thing. It was not the same neurologist.
Yeah.
And right. And I think like that's insane. And you do look a little bit like a crazy person if you're dancing around shaking like a dog, like, oh, like that. You guys want to see that again? Woo! But but it does make you feel better. Like you feel that stress relief. And you know what? Staying alive. That's a great one too. All right, I like that.
That era of music. We were just getting into some of that, watching like YouTube videos, and we started noticing a lot of videos once we got on the stream that were following one another. We noticed the year of release, 1978. It's almost hard to believe all the music that came out in 1978 was in 1 year. Just look up 1978 songs and you'll be like, wow, that all happened in 1 year. That's like a decade of music.
That's crazy.
And there's such variety and such, different styles of music that you don't find today. I'm like, we really lost something, or the music industry has.
Everybody, when the next Sprint starts, is going to be like looking up the 1978 playlist on YouTube. So I love that though. What's really funny to me is like Gen Z is very interested in like 90s music. All like my kids, all their friends, they all know all those words to all those songs that we grew up with. And I think that's crazy and awesome.
Yeah, retro is getting popular in a lot of different ways. So that's good. I mean, people should look at the history of various forms of art and storytelling, which is something I keep saying all the time, because it all has different clues and different secrets. And, the best advice I got is to read everything, watch everything. Don't limit yourself.
Yeah, I think that's excellent advice. All right. On that excellent advice, let's go ahead and do another writing sprint. Let's see if I've got this today. Thank you guys too for our very low key sprint today, because I'm just like super glad to hang out with you. So, all right, here we go. Oh, that was fast. All right, here we go. I have like a little bit of delay. I think it might be because I have approximately 378 windows open, but I could be mistaken on that. Here we go, everybody. Let's get ready for our next writing sprint, starting in 3. right. Very nice. How everybody do on that last sprint? Let us
Pretty
know
good.
in the chat. Yeah, good. All right, fantastic. I was I was not. I went down a little bit of a rabbit hole. We know how that goes. I think this is interesting. We were talking about like things that you do to reduce stress. One of the things Christy said was, I walk my dog or listen to movie soundtracks. Yeah, I think that's like really great. I don't know. I snuggle Odie a lot. He's a slow dog walker. Like first of all, his legs are only like this long. They're tiny. And second of all, he likes to do what we call the smellabration outside, where he just has to literally smell every single blade of grass. So it's sometimes not super enjoyable to like take him. And also, he's old, so he's got like the little limp. So sometimes it's not super relaxing to take him out for a walk, but he's great to snuggle with on the couch. So anyway, all right, we have like 20 minutes left. You guys, let us know if you want to try and quit. Like, we have just enough time to crowbar in another sprint, or we can have a chit chat for 20 minutes and I have no topic. I feel like we've answered our own question. What do you want to do, Robert?
I had a topic, something I came across earlier in the week, but with COVID being what it is, it's completely out of my head right now. So I couldn't tell you. Stuff that I'm encountering and writing stuff. I don't know. I think it's important to understand again what a character wants and what's at stake early on in a book. You could be a really competent writer, but it will seem like the emotional core is missing if you don't establish that early on, and it'll look like they're kind of going through the motions. That seems to be kind of a common thing that I come across, and I guess aside from stressing that, I don't know. It could be a topic.
It's our last one. I think we're going to make this one count. I think that's a great topic. I feel like it's something we should get into, but I actually feel like I'd love to hear Michelle's take on that too.
Yes.
So but write it down so we don't forget next week. So let's talk about that next week, and we'll go ahead and get rolling on our sprint. Ooh, this is such a good question, Miss Texas G.
Yes, very much.
Yeah, I think that's true for sure. It's really fascinating. One of my writing clients, book coaching clients, is Ines Johnson, who is a romance and romantasy writer, and she is a former screenwriter, and she is just finishing up a book about how to use episodic TV, like sort of the secrets of episodic TV, to get your readers hooked. And it's so good. It's so good. I'll let you guys know when that book's coming out. All right, let's talk. I think this is another really great topic. And I'm going to take a little screenshot of that. I want to cover it, but I feel like we don't have enough time. So let's go ahead and do our one last sprint before we go today. Let me put this up on the... Wow, let's see. That's easier said than done. Hold on. All right, there we go. All right, here we go. One more time. We are going to make this happen. Make that last sprint count. You guys have got this. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's cha-cha. All right, we are all done. So, so how did you do on that very last sprint?
I'm almost done with this edit, so
Yeah,
I'm just summarizing and adding the final touches.
very nice, very nice. I wrote like 700 words. So, not in the last sprint, like over the last whatever two.
Mhm.
So, I'm not exactly on fire today, but I was feeling very unproductive when we started. So, I'm super glad we did the sprints because I have now actually accomplished something. So, and sometimes that's just like what it's all about, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
so there we go. Daisy says, crowbar that sprint. Very nice. Texas G, that sounds like my dogs. They're young, but they must smell everything, right? I like, there's some
Mhm.
days where I'm just happy to let him smell everything, but there are other days where I'm like, hurry up. Stacy got a number of words. Happy with process so far. Really need to figure out lunch. Totally get that. Very, very nice. I have so we're going to talk about this next week. I have it written down, and we're going to talk about your topic also. And so now we've got some good questions, good
Yeah,
discussion for next week. So
yeah,
all
movies is
right.
a
Yeah, definitely, definitely. All right, everybody, we are going to wrap this up. Before we go, Robert, tell the fine folks a little about you before we say goodbye today.
Well, my channel is The Story Detective on YouTube, and it's where I take various forms of storytelling and put it under a Sherlockian microscope and break down the craft to make the viewer's journey easier. I have spent time working at Marvel Comics, studying fiction writing. So um, basically, I cover that and anything else that comes along story wise that might pertain to novels. And
So you're good at it. You've done some
I
stuff.
have a little experience.
Got a little experience there. Thank you so much as always. I hope Michelle is okay. I never heard back from her. Um, so I'm guessing it's a Wi-Fi issue. I hope everything is good. But anyway, I'm Lisa Daly, and on my channel, we talk about how to write a book you're super proud of and get it published. And we will see you next week. Thanks so much for being here, everybody. We'll see you guys next
Take care,
time.
everybody. Keep those keyboards
Bye.
clacking as ever.